I picked up as much trash as possible for 24 hours straight. The rules are simple. I can pick up anything I want as long as it fits in my bag. The goal is to pick up 250 pounds of trash, and if I came short by any amount of weight, I would have to hold that weight up for 30 minutes straight. For example, if I only picked up 200 pounds of trash, I would have to find a 50-pound dumbbell and hold it for 30 minutes. In a nutshell, that means I have no time to be lazy, because trash doesn't weigh a lot. My supplies I need to bring are pretty simple. I need a pick stick, trash bags, phone charger, camera equipment, a flashlight for when it gets dark, and a safety vest where it's less likely I get hit by a car. I started the challenge at 11:32 a.m. and it was also already 82 degrees. So with that in mind, I drove to the first destination and suited up. It didn't take long for me to figure out that I wasn't good at using a pick stick. And at first, there were a lot of moments where I just used my hands. I did make myself use it though, because picking up trash is disgusting.
Okay, that's poison ivy. I better go get my boots.
I'm scared of two things, bats and poison ivy. But right now it's poison ivy. And there's poison ivy everywhere. I get it all the time, and I had it all over my face in the last video. And I never want to get it again, so I took every precaution I could.
This is the freaking jackpot.
This is a car seat, and it was one of the many weird things I was gonna find.
Wow, I can't believe I hadn't even walked 200-300 feet yet, and I picked up all this trash. Oh yeah, some nice rubber.
I also realized that some bottles might not have been filled with the original liquid inside of them. And not all trash came easily. Some fought back. Other than getting hit by a car, one of the most imminent threats I faced were snakes. And where I live, there's two types of snakes I'm worried about, cottonmouths and copperheads. One bite from either one of those is more than enough to kill me. And the problem is, they're virtually impossible to see.
Gotta watch out for snakes, guys.
About 30 minutes into it, I look back where I came from and it was so much cleaner than when I started. It really gave me more motivation to keep going. Picking up trash outside likely meant I was picking up bugs, and spiders were no exception.
Oh,
I'm probably about 500 feet away from the Prius. You just don't notice, but there's so much crap.
guys, here's a hard find. I found some metal. This will help me make my goal possible.
There's basically 5 levels of trash. There's paper, plastic, rubber, glass, and metal. The most desired trash is metal. The second most is glass, and so on. It's really just because of their weight. After cleaning up the road, I loaded up my trash bags and I felt great on the way home. And when I got there, I dropped off the trash, changed my clothes into something a little more protective, and was back to work. Now that I had pants on, I felt much better about ticks and poison ivy. But what didn't feel good is the temperature. It was getting way hotter, and the sun didn't seem to go away.
There's a lot of trash over here, guys.
So far, we picked up 4 trash bags, and they're mostly composed of paper, plastic, some glass, and a tiny bit of metal. The goal is to find more metal and more glass.
Oh, there's a glass bottle. Frappuccino.
Finding glass and this piece of metal wasn't a bad start.
Holy crap. This is a freaking jackpot. A whole freaking champagne bottle.
I couldn't pick up everything though. Some trash was just too difficult. And here's something I didn't mention earlier. I actually found a good amount of clothes.
Thanks. Yeah, thank you. That was nice.
I actually didn't know what to say to her because I really wasn't expecting anybody to say thank you. So I thanked her for thanking me.
Guys, I just got my first thank you.
But it really did make my day better, and it gave me a lot more confidence than I had before.
From here all the way to that light.
So I brought both bags back to the car, went inside the gas station to wash my hands where I could eat my lunch in the car. And then I remembered something.
Okay guys, there was a bag of trash right up here somewhere. And yep, there it is, baby.
On the way to my first destination, I remembered that there was a bag on the side of the road. And because that bag would fit inside one of my bags, it's technically not breaking the rules.
Probably should put this in its own bag. There we go, bag in the bag.
So I found the bag and stuffed it inside the Prius. And apparently I was eating lunch for a while because when I got back out, I realized it was super hot. Then I flew back home to unload the 4 giant trash bags in the back of my Prius. And they were starting to make a pretty big pile in my garage.
What you think so far?
Crap.
It's been what? It's been about 5 hours.
Oh my god, that's a lot of trash.
Oh, here's a good one.
I was a little bit hesitant to go to this new area because I didn't think there was going to be a lot of trash. But it turns out a parking lot's a very popular place for people to drop stuff. And it wasn't as dangerous. So that's a plus.
Oh yeah. Lots of trash in here.
What I learned when I was picking up here is that bushes are a hot spot for trash because when people drop it in the parking lot, the wind usually blows it until it hits something, which is usually a bush. And let me just show you guys what a sidewalk looks like before and after I pick up trash. It was pretty crazy seeing what picking up a couple pieces of paper would do, but it made it look amazing. Right up the road in the parking lot I was in, there was a Starbucks, Panera Bread, all kinds of other restaurants, and this is where a lot of those containers ended up. I ended up extracting 2 full bags of trash from the parking lots, and I made sure to twist them up where bugs couldn't crawl out.
Not bad, honestly.
But because I record so much, I actually had to go and buy another memory card to continue recording this video. Just another reminder that none of this is ever faked. And the proof video is on the vlog channel, so if you want to watch the full 24 hours, it's up. I knew I was doing good, but I definitely didn't have anywhere near 250 pounds of trash picked up yet. So I really need to find a good place and just hustle. And as you guys remember, whatever weight I don't pick up, I have to hold for 30 minutes. I only had so much daylight left, and a good portion of this challenge was in the dark. So I had to utilize every single moment in the daylight to pick up as much trash as I could. And luckily for me, I just found a gold mine. I picked up everything from CDs to insulation to parts of a car. And all this was on a high-risk road with cars flying by about 60 miles per hour with me about 10 feet away. It wasn't until I started picking up caution tape that I realized this was the site of an accident.
Just got done with all this and it looks so much better. And you know, it's kind of surprising. Nobody cares to move over.
I may have made it out without getting hit by a car, but what I did get hit by was allergies, and it made this challenge hard.
This is starting to get hard.
And not to mention, the bugs are still in my car. On the way home though, I was reminded that the sun was actively falling down, and I was wasting time right now. Well, I dropped off the trash, so we're heading back out. It's 8:15, so we've almost been doing this for 9 hours. That means we still have 15 hours left. Don't think about it. Don't think about it. It's also really nice. It's starting to cool down. It's like 15 degrees cooler than it was earlier.
No way. Here it is, guys.
This steel spring weighed about 20 pounds, and if I got that, obviously it'd be a huge bonus to our goal.
And it won't come out of the ground.
But unfortunately, it was wedged in the concrete, and there's no way I was strong enough to pull it out. And as much as it hurt to leave it behind, I did.
Kind of disappointing. Thinking a minimal impact here. It's already really clean.
But luckily down the road, I actually found a place that had enough trash where I could pick it up until it got dark.
That's actually pretty good.
It's been about 7 hours since I last ate anything, and I was super excited to go to my favorite restaurant, which I've been planning for all day. But turns out their buffet was closed, even though it said they were open. I'm not gonna lie, it broke me down a bit.
That may have been the most disappointing news of my entire life.
And now I have to go to the next cheapest thing, McDonald's. Anyways, we need a name. I need something to call you guys. Like, I don't want to call you subscribers. I want it to be more personal than that. And I was thinking, what about the cabinet? You know, because President Chay, the cabinet, you guys are the cabinet. Let me know what you think. Comment yes or no. If you're into the cabinet, let me know, because I think that could be our new thing. So I ordered my food and ate it, and since it was dark, the next place had to be a little bit less risky, so I chose a parking lot to start with.
Whoa, this seems familiar.
This is actually a nicer area, and I was super surprised to see trash just everywhere scattered throughout the parking lot. It was time to get to work. I didn't care if it was a straw, a piece of paper, behind the store, in front of the store, in the bushes, in a cart. It didn't matter to me. I was going to pick it up. And it was worth it because I actually filled up an entire bag in less than 30 minutes.
So I've got some trash in my car and I'm going to see if Chay will take it. I see the Prius.
My freaking guy.
Hold on, stop right there.
Caleb pulled up and decided it was a great opportunity to clean his car and put his trash inside my bag.
This way, a YouTuber's cleaning out trash.
Exactly, dude. I got another one, dude.
You got another one?
Come on, dude. Come on. Park next to me. Oh, we're going to get Caleb on this. Here you go, sir.
Caleb and I's goal was to circle the building and pick up any trash we saw along the way.
So we're heading to the back of the building again. Oh, must have been a pie or something. You'd be surprised at the things I picked up. No joke, I picked up
Oh, wow.
lots of
Yo.
Doing challenges in the middle of the night is always sketchy, but it was nice to actually have someone there with me for once.
Yeah, some of these bottles may be filled with pee. That's why I always check if it's leaking or not. No, it's just water with cigarettes in it.
It's a loaf of bread.
You're kidding me. Guys, look at that. It's a loaf of freaking bread. Here, try and catch it. Try and catch it.
I got blinded by the flash. Yo, y'all was supposed to be asleep though.
By the time we made it to the front of the store, we were starting to make very good progress, working together, picking up as much trash as possible in the least amount of time. And we were moving so fast, we were able to circle another store just as quickly, finding a handful of sketchy items along the way.
That's sketch. That's freaking sketchy, dude. It's a children's outfit or something.
And after Caleb and I talked for a bit, it was time for him to head home, and I was by myself. All right, dude, knuckle touch, and we should add an explosion.
Oh, okay.
All right, dude.
See you later, man.
My shins and calves, like, are aching. They're just aching. I want to stop so badly. Who does this? At this point, my allergies are still bothering me. I dropped off the trash and things continued to get more difficult. So freaking tired. I don't know if it was because I was getting tired, but I had trouble thinking straight. I love Reese's Cups, so I thought it'd be a great idea to go inside and buy some Reese's Cups. But it was $3.28, which I thought was a little expensive. So I literally walked around the store for 20 minutes trying to decide if I should buy these Reese's Cups or not, which I ultimately did. I also bought some Pop-Tarts, and guys, it's important to enjoy these little moments, because honestly, this is way better than McDonald's. But guys, one rule that I have in my videos is I can never drive while I'm tired, because it endangers my life and it endangers the lives of others. So I always make sure to take a nap if I absolutely need it, and I needed it. So I set my alarm for a 1-hour nap. And that 1 hour nap actually turned into a 3.5 hour nap. Guys, it's like 6:30. I'm gonna pick up my trash and sit up, get organized, and get out of here. I really don't want to do this, so I'm just gonna go now and get it done. Once I woke up in the morning, I knew I didn't have a lot of time left, and I had to book it. And because I was in such a hurry, I was driving way too fast and actually got pulled over. Crap, getting pulled over.
Pulled you over for going 50 and a 35.
Yeah, I got a speeding ticket for you guys. After I drove off, I noticed it was actually really hard to find trash on the side of the road. I did have one place in mind though that I really didn't want to go to: Walmart. I had to sneeze for like 15 minutes now, and it keeps going away. I'm so frustrated. And there were still bugs crawling all inside my car. All right, guys, I'm kind of mad at myself because I let the emotions get the best of me, and I sat for about 45 minutes in the car watching YouTube videos. But you know, we have an hour and 15 minutes left. I think I know just the place to go to get at least a bag, at least a full bag. This is my chance. This is my last ditch effort to make sure I got as far as I possibly could, reaching my goal of 250 pounds of trash. I didn't care how much my nose was running, how bad my eyes itched, or how many bugs were all over me and my car. I was gonna give it everything I had. Paper, plastic. I literally found 12 empty glass bottles. It was a gold mine of trash. I honestly didn't skip a beat, and this was gonna be my heaviest bag yet. I bagged it up and it was time to go home for the last time. I don't feel good, but I do feel good that I cleaned that up. Like, it's actually a cool feeling to have cleaned something up like that. This was different. The allergies and stuff and the smells, it's difficult. It really is difficult to deal with. There were 17 bags filled with trash, and this is an absolutely amazing amount just for 24 hours of picking things up on the side of the road. It's crazy to think that none of this will be there anymore, and it's all in my garage now. But after weighing every single one of the 17 bags, the total came up to be about 168 pounds of trash, which means we didn't quite reach our goal. But even though we didn't hit our goal, I still think this is an amazing thing we did. But that does mean I have to be punished. I have to hold an 80-pound dumbbell for 30 minutes without stopping. The rules are simple. I can hold the dumbbell any way I want as long as I'm not resting it on my body laying down. And if I also let it hit the ground at any point under any circumstance, I have to start over. Literally every position I tried was using some kind of muscle, so there was no way to get comfortable. And to give you an idea of how heavy 80 pounds actually is, if you weigh 160, that's half of your body weight. Almost dropped it. This has got to be the longest this dumbbell's ever been held up by anyone ever. But eventually I pulled through and I finished. Yes, yes. Please, all I ask is you subscribe, become a part of the cabinet, and I'll see you next Monday. Woo! Honestly, that was fake hype. I'm so tired.